Pelvic bone. In this lecture, I will discuss with you the bony part and the anatomy of the pelvic bone. Before I start, you must know the pelvic is mirror image. What I mean by mirror image? I will divide first the pelvic into half by this line, imaginary line, and divide it. You must know this is the part 1, this is the second part. What you see clearly that the pelvic is divided into two. The first part, this, which form this large point, have similar structure which is this. Second, the sacrum, which is the share between two, but also when you divide you find the right side is similar to left side like mirror image. And the last is the coccyx, this small bone. We will see it clearly in the posterior view of the pelvic. Divide it. First, we will talk about this large bone. What we found ilium as first part of this large bony. Second is the pubis. This is the pubis, and the last is this, the ischium. You know first this bony structure that form this large bone. Also you must note iliac crest, this part, interior superior iliac spine, out now by aces. This is part. The second, when you start to move on this clearly, you will find interior inferior iliac spine. We start to move downward to meet this prominent is a pubic tubercle. This foramen is Obturator Foramen. This bone, as you see, is large, very large. How this bone remain attached to each other without fall apart? Simple. This answer of this equation is simple. First, by this, see this? This is the sacroiliac joint that make this large bone attached to the sacrum closely and will not fall apart. The second is this pubis, symphysis pubis. This cartilage make the two pubis attached to each other, and sacroiliac joint make the ilium and sacrum close attached, so will not fall apart and the pelvic fall. Next is this is the posterior view. What you see in posterior view, you will see sacrum clear. I will discuss it laterally in detail, and also see the coccyx. Left pelvic bone, right pelvic bone, there is no specific structure. Vertebrae I will discuss lateral in single video. So we'll start with discuss each part apart. This is the bone that was attached to the sacrum by sacroiliac bone. As I told you in the start, it formed from ilium first, second pubis, which is there, and the third is ischium, which is see clearly here. By red color, which is the small one, I will discuss is 4. We find acetabulum, which is shared by the three bone between the ilium, between the pubis, and between the ischium. The second is body of pubis, and the end is pubis itself, inferior ramus, and obturator. And then we have acetabulum, we have obturator. This two foramen is shared by the ilium, pubis, and ischium. We end the red color. We will start with the second color. This part, what we have? We have scale body. Any part we start with body. As we have here body of pubis, here we have scale body. The second is the scale spine. This is scale tuberosity, like this is scale tuberosity, ischium as I mentioned, and in the end sclerami, similar to inferior ramus of pubis. They are close to each other. In the end I will discuss yellowish color. What we have in yellow: ilium, this area is the ella. Start with each edge. What I told you before, you have this crest. Iliac crest have anterior superior iliac spine, which is the axis, anterior inferior iliac spine, which is this. In the other, we have posterior superior iliac spine, this part, posterior inferior iliac spine, this. In the end, greater sciatic notch. This is all the part you had to know about this bony, large bony, which form from ilium, ischium, and pubis. Next, as I mentioned to you, sacrum and coccyx. What is the sacrum and coccyx? This large bone, from which it forms. First, you have to know in this structure is the vertebrae. This is the vertebra. Which vertebra? From its name, sacral vertebrae, coccyx. The vertebra from what form? First, in the start of vertebra, we have this line, sacral prominent. Then this, not call it a prominent, no, it's called the transverse edge or site of vertebral fusion, site where the vertebrae join to each other form transverse edge. Beside this is what's called sacral prominent, startment of sacrum. This is the ella. You see it clearly on the ilium. Sacral, as any bony part, is formed from body. This is the body of sacrum. When you rotate it to the anterior view, you will see the body of sacrum clearly. As you see, this is canal, sacral canal, medial sacral crest. This is the sacral foramen. Any round area, you call it foramen. Regarded the area foramen and add to it the name of this area, you will have perfect answer to any question or any rounded area you see on the bone. Call it foramen and add the name of this region. This is sacral foramen. Start with sacral canal, where the insert an end in sacral hiatus. A crest. This is sharp end is the crest. Sacral foramen normally. Coccyx have many parts. All you have to know is the apex of coccyx. Have no these important to us. So sacrum, as I mentioned, has this is the anterior when you see the body, vertebrae, vertebral edge, and prominent. This is the posterior where this sacral canal, sacrum end, enter here and exit in the sacral hiatus. Any sharp end is the edge. Any tuberosity is like this. Like this. Irregular area. This is what's called tuberosity. Any sharp area like this called it crest. Any rounded area with halo you will call it foramen for your easy memorize all these structure. Any entering area is canal. Any excitement is the hiatus.